It's the most unbelievable development in a story that has shocked India and many parts of the civilized world, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard about the Kerala nun who's accused a bishop of rape. She's been vilified, she's been isolated, she's been attacked by the Missionaries of Jesus. Today they went a step further and they actually broke the law. Because what I have in my hands right now is an inquiry report that the Missionaries of Jesus claims to have put out. They've gone to great lengths to say that this particular nun who's accused the bishop of rape is actually enjoying his company. I'm not going to show you the picture that is there on the last page here, because that would be breaking the law, because the Missionaries of Jesus have actually broken the law. They've issued this report in the public domain, and they've actually put out a picture, a photograph of the nun in this inquiry report. That's what the Missionaries of Jesus have actually sunk to. They haven't taken her name. They have a small disclaimer, shameful little disclaimer at the bottom, suggesting that they are not responsible if anybody uses this document without blurring it. But they've put it out into the public domain without the nun's face blurred, and therefore they've gone against Supreme Court orders about revealing the identity of a rape complainant, and thereby they've endangered her life directly. So ladies and gentlemen, it is clear today that the Missionaries of Jesus has broken the law and should be acted upon by enforcement agencies, because the Missionaries of Jesus have attacked the Kerala nun yet again. The church body, like I said, has just released this report claiming that the 40-year-old nun was not raped by the bishop. That they've said before. The Inquiry Commission finding says the victim, along with 5 other nuns and 4 other people, have conspired against Bishop Franco Mulakkal. The report also claims that these nuns have been influenced by thoughts of rationalists. The Missionaries of Jesus has added that the survivor's friend was handling the visitors register in the convent, so there are chances it could have been tampered with. Violating the Supreme Court order, like I just told you, the Missionaries of Jesus has revealed the picture of the rape survivor. That is against the law. That is criminal action, claiming that the nun was seen attending a private function with the bishop after the alleged rape. What you have on your screen is a picture. We've blurred the face of the nun, of course, but this has been put out into the public domain by the Missionaries of Jesus, and they have clearly now gone against the Supreme Court. They are in contempt and they have broken the law. India Today spoke to Kerala Minister V.S. Sunil Kumar, who has assured action. Remember, the Kerala government has been very slow so far in taking any kind of action. The trinity of the church, the state and the police have been going very slow in any kind of action. But he told us that action will be taken. Take a look.
This kind of action done by the Jesus, in this committee, is clearly illegal. The police will take the legal action against the publication done by this organization. And already we have given a notice to the bishop to present before the inquiry officer on 19th of this month. Already yesterday, the High Court of Kerala, Honorable High Court of Kerala, the court is very clearly satisfied that the inquiry is going on in the proper way. So you please wait for 2 days more, 1 week more. The government is not influenced by the church or any other influential, pressure from the other side. The government will take the strong action against the accused. Who is the accused? That is not a question.
So here's a look at all the different ways that the Missionaries of Jesus have shamed and attacked the nun who accused Bishop Franco Mulakkal of rape. The Missionaries of Jesus have done all this in the last few days. Take a look. Let's number them, because today, ladies and gentlemen, they've come out with this inquiry report to shame, vilify and abuse this nun once again. They don't count her as one of their own, and they've attacked her once again. But take a look. They've said that the victim and 5 other nuns are conspiring against the bishop. Accusation number 2, the bishop was not in the convent when the alleged rape took place. Number 3, visitors register may be tampered with. Number 4, victim attended function with bishop after the alleged rape. Number 5, nuns influenced by thoughts of rationalists. 5 points that we've distilled out of this sham of an inquiry report conducted by the church, by the Missionaries of Jesus, which had, by the way, even before this inquiry report, already said that this nun was making false allegations against a so-called innocent soul, also known as Bishop Franco Mulakkal. So why should anyone believe this hogwash of an inquiry report by the Missionaries of Jesus is the question we're asking on India Today. Not with any intent, but the fact that they've already made up their minds. They've called the bishop an innocent soul right at the start. So what is this nonsensical inquiry report all about? And should anyone be surprised about the ridiculous so-called findings of this inquiry report? Well, the survivor nun's sister has spoken exclusively to India Today, and she has sought Bishop Franco's arrest. Does this even mean anything anymore, considering the kind of protection he clearly enjoys? Slamming the release of her sister's picture, a rape survivor, by the church body, her sister has said that the Missionaries of Jesus have stooped to a new low.
Sister, ഇപ്പം വന്ന് ഇന്ന് MJ കോൺഗ്രിഗേഷൻ വിക്ടിമിന്റെ ഫോട്ടോ ബിഷപ്പിനോട് ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഫോട്ടോ ഇറക്കി. അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല, എന്നാലും അവരത് ചെയ്തു.
അവർക്കിപ്പോൾ വിക്ടിമിനെ എങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും തരം താഴ്ത്തി കാണിക്കണം. അതിനുവേണ്ടി അവർ എന്തും ചെയ്യും. വിക്ടിമിൻ്റെയും ഈ കൂടെ നിൽക്കുന്ന ഞങ്ങളുടെയും മനോധൈര്യം ചോർത്താൻ വേണ്ടി അവർ ഓരോ ദിവസവും പുതിയതായിട്ട് ഇറക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതാണ്.
ഇന്നത്തെ അവർ പ്രസ് സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് ഇറക്കിയേക്കുന്ന പ്രസ് സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റിൽ അവർ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്, എവിഡൻസ് അവർ ടാമ്പർ ചെയ്തു. കാരണം അവർക്ക് എവിഡൻസിന് ആക്സസ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ലോഗ് ബുക്കിന്റെ ഡേറ്റ് അവർ മാറ്റി. അതുമാത്രമല്ല, CCTV ക്യാമറന്റെ ഫുട്ടേജും അവരുടെ കയ്യിലായിരുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ട് എവിഡൻസ് ടാമ്പർ ചെയ്ത് കാണുമെന്നും പറഞ്ഞു.
ഇതെല്ലാം മദർ ജനറലും കൗൺസിലേഴ്സും ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന പുതിയ പുതിയ നുണകളാണ്. നിങ്ങൾ നേരിട്ട്, നിങ്ങളും മാധ്യമപ്രവർത്തകയാണല്ലോ, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നേരിട്ട് പോയി നോക്കാം എവിടെയാണ് CCTVയുടെ ഇത് ക്യാമറ ഇരിക്കുന്നതും എവിടെ ആരാണത് ഓപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നതെല്ലാം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പോയി നോക്കാം. അത് കോമൺ പ്ലേസിലാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ഈ ലോങ് ബുക്ക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ഈ ക്രോണിക്കിൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 2017 പുതിയ മദർ വന്നപ്പോൾ അത് കൈമാറിയിരിക്കുന്നതാണ്. ഈ 2017 മുതൽ ഈ പറയുന്ന
Okay, I want to now bring in the well-known John Dayal, who's with us here. We also have with us Talish Ray, who's a well-known lawyer on the legal complexion of what has happened. But first I want to go to India Today's Gopi Krishnan Unithan, joining us live from Thiruvananthapuram. Gopi, Kerala ministers have said that they will take action, but amidst this atmosphere of protection for the bishop, what the Missionaries of Jesus have done with this particular sham of an inquiry report is they've broken the law, Gopi. They've just simply broken the law. This is contempt of the Supreme Court. We'll get a word in from Talish in just a moment. But is the Kerala government going to take any action against these so-called Missionaries of Jesus?
Oh, well, Shiv, we must actually see this as the Missionaries of Jesus is making a mockery of the judicial system, not just in Kerala, but in the country, I must say, because anybody who has been living in this world, and anybody who at least reads a newspaper understand the importance of keeping the secrecy of the victim's identity. But that is exactly what the Missionaries of Jesus has breached today by not just mentioning the name of the victim, but specifically giving out a photograph of the victim in which the victim can be seen sharing a screen space, I would say a screen space, with the accused to reaffirm their claim that there is no rape involved, all the problems are with the victim and the complaint is false. Now coming down to what the government or the police can do into this.
Yes.
It's a fact that the Missionaries of Jesus press releases are coming in Malayalam. But there is a jurisdictional restriction that the state government and the police will have to tackle in the next couple of days, because this Missionaries of Jesus is headquartered in Jalandhar, at the Jalandhar Bishop House or the Jalandhar Diocese headquarters.
Yes.
So if the state has to register a complaint, they will have to have a discussion with the Punjab police, because that is actually the jurisdictional area where the headquarters or where the area where this particular release was issued. So that will be the one hurdle that the state will have to handle. But other than that, the state has assured that they will take every necessary action to meet that all these people are put behind the bars.
Okay, Gopi, thank you very much. We'll let you go for the moment. I want to focus this now on John Dayal and Talish Ray. Talish, I'd like to come to you first. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a legal expert, but from the little bit of information that I've been able to gather, this is Section 228A of the Indian Penal Code, disclosing the identity of a victim of sexual assault. It carries possible imprisonment for up to 2 years. It is also criminal contempt of court. It's a bailable offense. But what the Missionaries of Jesus have done, Talish Ray, is break the law today.
Yes, absolutely, Shiv. You are perfectly correct on the legal aspect. There are two aspects to it. One, this is a state matter. It has nothing to do with the church releasing an inquiry. Having said that, them releasing the inquiry itself shows not just about victim shaming, but also how they've taken the law in their own hand. And right previously, before that, I heard this entire thing that came up about how they don't know where they're going to register the complaint. Well, what is the problem in actually immediately getting a 228A complaint registered against those that are in the Missionaries of Jesus?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which part of the country they are in. What is the question of whether the FIR or the complaint can be registered? The other thing is, what are bodies like the National Commission of Women doing? Why haven't they come out in front? Why aren't they protecting the victim? Why is it taking so long despite the Honorable Kerala High Court monitoring this matter? It is actually just absolutely ghastly in the way that they have dragged this, and the statements that are coming out again and again, wait for a day or two. Well, you can see the damage that what can be done when there are organizations that are not willing to look amongst themselves, which want to give it a conspiracy theory, whereas this is just about the fact that a member or a citizen of this country has been assaulted by another citizen. So they need to be treated equally, inconsequential of who may be sitting at which side.
Absolutely.
So as of today, where the Missionaries of Jesus have concerned, it doesn't matter whether they're a part of a religious organization or not. They have broken the law. They are in criminal contempt as well, because this matter is in court at the moment.
John Dayal, are you surprised?
Where are the warrants
there
that
is
are coming
no
out?
complaint been filed so far? That nothing has happened so far, and this is after days or weeks of similar sorts of noises and actions from the Missionaries of Jesus? I know you couldn't possibly endorse something like this, John.
No, who can?
Yeah.
Because quite obviously, if you see the face of the nun, then a law has been broken.
Yeah.
The law that a victim of alleged rape, even if it's alleged, cannot be shown. And in the past, we have accused media, we have accused police, and we have accused ministers of violating this law. So here is a question. This congregation has quite obviously, by displaying the face of the nun, broken the law. And the Kerala police must register an FIR at the nearest police station that they can reach. They don't have to go to Punjab to register a police. On that also the law is very clear. The other part I want to comment, because when you use phrases
why
like...
has the Missionaries of Jesus been allowed to have such an important voice in this narrative,
No,
sir?
yeah, precisely. I was going to come to that. When you put up labels like church versus nun, then you provide a forum for people to make the defense. It is not a question of church versus the nun. The nun and I and the guilt and
but
the
sir,
accused
which
bishop
part of the church has come out to defend this nun? Please tell me which part of the church has come out to defend this nun in the face of such attacks. Shouldn't the church be coming out and vilifying and isolating the Missionaries of Jesus for doing what it's been doing?
You would be surprised. Rallies have been held in Kerala, rallies have been held in Bombay, rallies have been held elsewhere in defense of the nun.
What rallies? I'm talking about the church system itself. Why haven't the Missionaries of Jesus been shut down?
It is because of your ignorance of the structures of the church that you make a statement like this. Quite obviously, the Missionaries of Charity...
You can throw structures at me or my ignorance at me, John Dayal, but ultimately, what the Missionaries of Jesus have done today is break the law. As Talish said, it's contempt of the Supreme Court. It's not me saying it.
The officials of the Missionary of Justice or of Jesus who have issued this statement stand in contempt of the court. Of that, there is no doubt. Having said that, what I wanted to tell you was, here is a situation where the rule of law must prevail. What is preventing it? If the bishop is honest, he comes out cleaner. No, he comes out clean and strong. If the bishop is wrong, then he goes to jail.
Talish, where do you stand on this? Do you think that there has been a conspicuous silence from the church? I mean, I'm not aware of what the structure is. I'm happy to say that I'm ignorant as far as the church structure is concerned.
Everybody
But Talish, should there be a greater opposition to what the Missionaries of Jesus has done, Talish, considering that from day one they've been saying things about this nun, they've been allowed to have a prominent voice, and so much so that they have fearlessly now gone ahead and broken the law, Talish?
I would say the media.
That's why we call it this kind of force field, this Trinity force field.
But it is also a question. It is also a question of the head organization under which this organization is under an umbrella of. Have they come out and said that they are supporting the victim? On the contrary, what we see is a strange sort of, yes, there might be protests and rallies and other things, but there has to be a time at which you stand up and say that this person does not belong to the values and the ideals of this organization.
The church has said
and it does not.
The law. The law of the land is supreme.
Then how is the church allowing a part of its body to actually give? No, but right at that point in time, the person not been handed over from the church.
But
why has the church not actually allowed one of its own, which is their own land, through this?
No, John Dayal no longer. I mean, Franco Mulakkal is no longer the only wrongdoer now.
No, sir, there is culpability here.
The law has been broken here.
But the law has been broken in revealing the identity of the girl.
No, that's a serious offense.
This paper is not worth the thing it is printed on. But what I'm saying is, they have broken the law by showing the identity of the nun. That's a crime.
John Dayal, we can't be selective about the importance of Missionaries of Jesus on one day and then negate it on the other day. It's as simple as that. The Missionaries of Jesus is central to this story. The Missionaries of Jesus is central to this story. We can't call them, just a small thing, and the individuals in the Missionaries of Jesus should be, held as per the law. Ultimately, it is a body. Something like this happened in a high-profile case. Weeks after the incident happened, the impunity with which they go ahead and put out the picture of the nun. John Dayal?
That is violating the law. I begin by saying that is violating the law. But when you say the church is against the nun, then you are violating the law. Then you are saying that it is not a question of a man raping a woman. It's an organized attempt.
Since you say that I am ignorant about the structure of the church, and I'm sure Talish knows a little bit more about me than that, please enlighten us and our viewers. And I'm not asking this in a loaded manner at all. I'm not cornering you, John. I'm asking you, John.
And I will tell you.
I'll ask you very clearly. Please list out for me what the church, in all its glorious structures, has done for this nun. I'm not talking about rallies. Those are rallies by the people. I have friends out there who are holding rallies for the nun. What has the church done for the nun?
They are also the church. The women, the nuns.
Why are these sisters protesting if the church is on their side?
They're also the church.
That
is what I'm saying.
Is the church on their side? Why are they standing there and protesting, sir?
You keep on saying church. You're talking of the collective bishops only. You're not talking of John. You're not talking of the nuns. The people, you must clarify. The question is, are they defending the bishop? The answer is, an FIR has been launched. The police is taking action. How can anybody defend the bishop unless the case comes to court?
Okay.
Allow the court to proceed.
After a lot of long-winding evasion by the bishop.
The bishop may try to avoid.
Let's not act like things have moved speedily. They have not moved speedily at all.
But then you blame the police.
Yeah. Okay.
If the bishop is avoiding it, do the reverse.
Please
take
note
appropriate action.
I'd like to clarify here.
You cannot have it tried in a media.
Okay.
The case must be tried in court and bring it to court as fast as possible.
Talish, is that a fair allegation that this is about a media trial?
This is being
held.
held.
It is an assessment.
How was a report like that?
Tried in court, it should be.
Media responsible for what has happened here, or is it the impunity with which things have taken place so far?
The media is responsible for the trial in the media.
I want
the court.
Let Talish answer that
and expedite.
Let's get Talish's view on that. Talish, go ahead.
So there are two issues here. One is that per se, is this some sort of manner that the church itself as a large umbrella organization can be blamed for it? No religion or church can ever be blamed. This is individuals. Having said that, the church needs to acknowledge that there is a bit of an issue if reports like this are coming out, sir. This is a report where the victim's face came out. It is against the law of the land, and therefore an effort should have been made, and an effort should be made to look deeply within these structures to see what is it that prompts this kind of abuse of power by some people. And this is not against a body, religious organization or its belief, but it is about the fact that there is some sort of a damage that is deeply festering in, which allows them to misuse individuals who do not follow. The second part of it is that should there be action, and I would agree with John Dayal, because yes, the church may be where it is, but the police and the state have to take a responsibility. If this report has been released, and Shiv, you are aware of the report, then by now there should have been a 228A. Inconsequential of who is on the other side, under Article 14, every person is equal. Why did the state take so long?
Correct.
And inasmuch it actually shows how the trinity of powers work, where an individual state citizen, which in this case is a nun, has been let down both by the organization for which she joined for a greater purpose, which was Missionaries of Jesus.
Exactly.
And I would like to see somewhere, I would also like bodies to come forward and condemn them in the strongest of terms, instead of saying that the church follows what is the state law. No, sir. Where is the condemnation, sir?
Why don't we hear notes of condemnation? I'm sorry, sir, I've been tracking this story for 2 weeks. I can't see a single note of condemnation by any church body anywhere, sir.
Let me tell you one thing.
Where is the condemnation?
Let me tell you one thing. It is not the lawyer versus John Dayal. Because
It's not.
So I think it is in the interest of the church that this case comes to court and is decided. If the bishop is guilty, he should be removed, and the church should be purified.
Should the Church of North India,
if the bishop is
should the Church of North India crack the whip on the Missionaries of Jesus?
Got nothing to do with it. This is the Catholic issue. So
whichever body is responsible, sir. Okay, leave my ignorance about the church structure aside.
Will you give me a minute to explain to you?
Please explain to me the structure and who should be cracking the whip on the Missionaries of Jesus.
What I'm saying is the continuing controversy injures only the church, apart from damaging the victim if she is the victim. Having said that, the sooner it is resolved, the better for the church. If the nun is honest,
sir, that's the law. That's the law. The law will take its own course, and I think the media needs to be thanked for that. You may blame the media for holding a media trial. I think the media needs to be thanked for the fact that we've kept the spotlight on the story.
Media has put people on the defensive when they should be collaborating.
I simply want to say, sir, John Dayal, I respect you very much. I'm just asking you a very simple question. Considering that the Missionaries of Jesus from day one have called Franco Mulakkal an innocent soul. From day one, forget this inquiry report. Talish, I'm holding the report in my hand. But from day one, they've called him an innocent soul. From day one, they've said that this is a conspiracy by the nun and her sisters. Then why should anyone pay any attention, to this report? You've already called it garbage. But they've broken the law with this. And I'm saying, isn't the larger church, you dismissed me when I say the larger church and that I'm ignorant about it. But isn't the larger church also responsible and culpable for what has happened today, considering that from day one, when the Missionaries of Jesus have already pronounced this guy innocent, they've done nothing about it. They've never intervened and asked the Missionaries of Jesus to keep quiet.
The Missionaries of Jesus have very little locus standi here. It is for the police to establish the innocence or guilt of anybody. Let them do their job. Nobody. And the church is the last person to defend a lie.
No, sir. With this report, sir, they are under criminal. No, sir.
Yeah, Talish.
John Dayal, I respect you tremendously, sir, and I will tell you this, but that the Missionaries of Jesus have a locus today when they release this report.
Yeah, on this, of course.
Up till now, they were only making noises standing by the bishop. Today, after releasing this report, no, sir, please, sir, let me finish, please. So, once they have broken this law, and I am asking you as a representative of an organization that I respect tremendously, where is the condemnation even for the Missionaries of Jesus for acting against the state? Will you hand them over to the state, sir? for the police to take care, because here's the thing, we understand that these powers are working together.
By saying,
and therefore it is important for me
and
to
this
see
document, they have broken a law. There's absolutely no defense of that.
We are still waiting to hear the condemnation. We're still waiting to see any action under section 228A, contempt of court. We are still to see any action to be taken against the Missionaries of Jesus. We are hoping to see that. That's why we put a spotlight on this. Talish Ray, John Dayal, thank you very much to the both of you for joining me on this discussion here on 5 Live. We've got some breaking news coming in.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.